All right.
Recording in progress.
That was loud. That was really loud. How y'all doing? Can you do that again? Okay. Peace and love. We about to go just straight into it. This is a major topic. Major topic. Today is Sunday, June 5th, 2022. Today's topic is how to best deal with being lied on. Being lied on. They lying on me. Being lied on. Y'all gonna love the show intentions. You ready? The show intentions are, watch this, the danger of immediately assuming guilt can harm not only the people who are being wrongfully accused, but also the entire American judicial system. Once the public realizes due process is no longer accepted as a natural process of the court, our judicial system will crumble. If due process goes, what's next? If due process goes, what's next? Oh, I don't have time to think about if due process goes, what's next? Cool. Jason, do you have any historical basis with this? I'm like, no, there's nothing new under the sun. So all this false accusing, this a little bit over 330 years after the Salem witch trials, the United States political system or landscape is watching history repeat itself. Or no? Although many westernized movements began with so-called pure intentions of justice for the victims, they usually evolved and grow into out-of-control lies that recklessly destroys reputations, careers, and families. With false allegations and irresponsible targeting of particular groups of people, these fake movements aim to destroy the character, livelihoods, and personal lives of their intended victims, even if they are proven innocent. To destroy their lives, even if they're proven innocent. The danger of immediately assuming guilt can harm not only the people who are being wrongfully accused, but also the entire American judicial system. Once the public realizes that due process is no longer accepted as a natural process of the court, the judicial system is done. If due process goes, what's next? There is no clear answer, but we have stumbled into this tricky situation before. Now, check this out, because there's nothing new under the sun. 330 years ago, during the witch trials in Salem, Massachusetts, look it up. If American adults do not act swiftly, movements that began with pure and noble intentions will end up right beside the Salem witch trials in the history books. It will be remembered as a failure that recklessly and brutally humiliated innocent people. As we, the general public, we watched in silence. We will be remembered for being paralyzed and too afraid to confront those taking advantage of a movement that was originally conceived to liberate victims, not create new victims of different kinds of assault. Now, back to the history. The Salem witch trials occurred in colonial Massachusetts between 1692 and 1693. More than 200 people were accused of practicing witchcraft. Now, they weren't proven guilty, they were accused. So they were accused of doing the devil's magic. 20 of them, now watch this. Now, I'm going to say this again. All these movements, the Me Too, all these movements, there has been no death penalties. The Salem witch trials occurred in colonial Massachusetts between 1692 and 1693. More than 200 people were accused of practicing the devil's magic. 20 were executed. Oh my God, I'm dying to see the proof that 20 of them got executed. Eventually, the colony admitted the trials were a mistake and compensated the families of those convicted. Since then, the story of the trials has become synonymous with paranoia and injustice, and it continues to beguile the public or popular imagination more than 330 years later. Now, again, 330 years is a long time. It's going to trip y'all out what they've learned in 330 years. Following the trials and executions with an S, many involved, like Judge Samuel Sewall, publicly confessed. He publicly confessed error and guilt. On January 14th, 1697. Now, the General Court ordered a day. Now, again, it was so bad that the General Court ordered a day of fasting and soul searching. So again, it got to a point where everybody was just accusing everybody, to where when all of it died down, the General Court ordered a day of fasting and soul searching. This is funny. They literally, I guess it got so bad, they literally was like, hey, y'all, we're going to look for our soul today. Not laughing at the tragedy, because that's a tragedy in Salem. But in 1702, the court declared that the trials were unlawful. And in 1711, the colony passed a bill restoring the rights and good names of those accused and granted restitution to their heirs. However, it wasn't until 1957, more than 250 years later, that Massachusetts formally apologized for the events of 1692. Hold on. It was until 1957 that they apologized for 1692. Accountability's not dead. It's just alive in younger generations, because the old bats never seem to budge when they're wrong. I ain't wrong. 2 + 2 is 5. I'm not wrong. No, clearly 2 + 2 doesn't equal 5, and let me show you. And I ain't wrong. More than 250 years later, that Massachusetts formally apologized for the events of 1692. Today's Sunday Bars, again, is how to best deal with being lied on. Because according to that small piece of history, being lied on can be dangerous. And it can take 250 years to get apologies. And there's nothing new under the sun. The legal term for someone ruining your reputation is defamation of character. Defamation describes the act of another spreading false statements about you or your business via written or spoken word. What's the difference between smearing and exposing? Exposing versus smearing. Smearing versus exposing. Smear campaign, exposing campaign. Let's look at the difference. Smearing, to spread unpleasant and untrue. Smearing, to spread unpleasant. Ooh, it don't feel right, because it's untrue rumors or accusations about them in order to damage their reputation. So a smear is, I'm purposely going after you with my words and rumors and accusations. Exposing is to expose someone or something to make public something bad or dishonest. Now, again, I'm not saying this to be like, yeah, let's go expose, let's smear. Just leave people alone. The funny thing is, trying to expose a smear campaign against yourself makes you look guilty and crazy in this day and age. So even if you're going through it, shut up and don't mess with nobody. Go through it. They gonna be throwing darts. They gonna be throwing everything at you. Stay still. Man, they said this about me, and they said stay still. Oh my God, how long I gotta stay still? They've been saying this. They've been stay still. Just chill. Go through it. Go through that whole thing. Let them go. Let them get it all out. There's a stopping point. Let them get it all out. During that, you can change your name to Tupac because all eyes going to be on you. Smear campaigns and exposing. So if you're going through that, just treat yourself like you walking around with cameras. Because you walking around with cameras on. And think about it, people got phones, so you really got cameras all up on you. So in Western culture, the new lie is doublespeak. Double speaking distorts reality and corrupts thoughts. It distorts reality and corrupts thoughts. Now, double speak can be used subtly and it can be used in major things. But I'm going to just show you even in marketing how double speak works. So they wanted to do a story about cannibalism. And everybody in the marketing meeting was like, nobody's going to, for this particular project, nobody's going to buy a book that says cannibalism at the very beginning. No. So some genius in the room was like, oh, I know a word. And I was like, man, you're not gonna, but I'm studying doublespeak right now. So I'm like, he could do it, but I didn't think he could do it. He did it. So cannibalism, he went from cannibalism to protein redistribution. Cannibalism, protein redistribution. And everybody was like, oh, we love it. Oh my God, that's hilarious. And I'm like, that's nasty, but that actually is a freaking nice way to say cannibalism. And the reason why I'm saying that is somebody can say program redistribution to you, and that sounds really cool. That doesn't sound like, whoa, you're going to redistribute proteins? Whoa. But they're saying cannibalism. They're meaning cannibalism to you. Same thing with lying. We'll go deeper into that. So there's a lot of, how we gonna say it? There's just a lot of groups out here, right? There's a lot of groups out here. And if you hear these groups talk, they'd be like, counterintelligence and the FBI and I'm like, do y'all study the FBI or counterintelligence or whatever? Nah, not really. I'm like, well, I do time to time. Just again, they infiltrate according to how people talk about them. So they must talk about how they infiltrate. So according to counterintelligence agent Robin Dreeke, the 3 keys to intelligence. A counterintelligence agent is going to say the 3 keys to intelligence. Oh my God, let me write that down. Number 1, asking questions. Number 2, active listening in a non-judgmental way. And number 3, decoding behavior. Doesn't that sound like a behavior of a dope human interaction or a relationship, marriage, friendship, business partnership? Asking questions, active listening in a non-judgmental way, and decoding behavior. Well, it works for counterintelligence. Because think about it. Can I ask you a question about yourself? Yes. I love talking about myself. Ask. Active listening in a non-judgmental way. Hold on, so they turned on you because you did all that for them and they turned on you? Yes. It's like you're listening to me it's like you're actively listening to me in a non-judgmental way. And you ask me questions about myself, so I just want to talk all day to you. And then they decode your behavior. That's not the end all be all to, gathering intelligence, but they talk about it. They actually talk about how they do it. And again, doesn't that sound like a really dope human interaction? According to Jordan Peterson, he said, never lie to someone who is paranoid and violent. This is good. Never lie to someone who is paranoid and violent. Never lie to someone who is paranoid and violent. Because as soon as you lie, you're aligning with the forces that are persecuting them. Think about it. They're paranoid. Something is kicking their butt. And also, you with them too? Yep, you with them too. Because you're lying to a paranoid person. Being paranoid makes you hyper vigilant. So, like you're on amphetamines. You can also make people paranoid by giving them enough amphetamines. And you can make a paranoid person more paranoid by giving them amphetamines. So, these people feel like everything is predatory and everything is against them. So they are watching you. They are watching you like you wouldn't believe. Way more than you think that, whatever way you think you watching them, they watching you way harder than that. So if you flicker a lie when you are talking to them and they are really on edge, you're done. According to Jordan Peterson, when dealing with these people, tell the truth. He said, tell the truth minimally and carefully. What do you mean? So he said, never worry about being lied on. Why? Because he said he's never seen anyone get away with anything. The chickens always come home to roost. Every cause is connected to an effect, and every effect has a cause attached to it. You get away with nothing. They lying on me and you get away with nothing. Man, they said I did this, and this. You get away with nothing. So I'm supposed to just sit here and just eat that, yup. If you want to win. If you want to win. Yeah, it's a competition. No, I ain't talking about winning like that. Because in whatever these wars that we're having, what does the winner ultimately get? Like when you win, like what do you get? Especially in the gender war, what do you get? The children don't think you win. I promise you that. So, do you want reality on your side or against you? Do you want reality on your side or against you? Liars create realities that their victims make real. Liars create realities that their victims make real. And I know a lot of silly people who like saving the world. They be like, my friends were lied on, so I'm going to try to make them feel good about themselves. Another Jordan Peterson bar that I'm going to use as a reference is, he said, if you continually expose your inhibited child to the things that make them anxious, watch this, in measured doses. So inhibited child to things and make them that you basically put them in front of things that make them anxious in measured controlled doses. Then you can transform their psychophysiological temperament. You may not make them completely into a superhero, but you can make a huge difference versus making them feel good about themselves. Sports is a really good place to teach this organic life lessons. But you can actually control how they go through tough times through, sports and different other ways that we can get into. But here's the supreme question for you. Are you really being lied on? Or is the law of duality speaking? Are your dualities of truth, facts, deep info, right and wrong, knowledge consistently at work? I want to ask that question again. Really feel me on this. I'm going to say this, and this, and this. Ooh, that's deep to me. Ooh, I'm going to say this, and this. That's stupid to me. Everything that you say, speak, do, feel, become, whatever you think you are, What if your dualities of your truths, your facts, your deep info, your right knowledge and your wrong knowledge, what if they working right now? What if they working right now? Man, I want to go up. Your down is here. Man, I want to go right. Your left is here. Your dualities are here. So then we can agree to disagree. No, because you're not trying to vibrate higher. If you want to vibrate higher, and there's no agree to disagree. This is what we do in this culture. This is my truth. Well, this is my truth. We agree to disagree. Here go my truth. Here go my truth. Here go the truth. Which one is closer? That's the winner. Which one is closer to the truth? That's the winner. Now, haven't you noticed wherever you go, it's like always one person you don't like or doesn't like you? No matter where you go, it's just always one person. Comedians even say that. Haven't you always know it's one person on your job that you don't like? It's easy to say that because we will never escape the laws of duality on this third dimensional realm. You're not. It's never going to be perfect because duality says blissful and rut. Being in the zone and being in the rut exists on the same plane that you earn. You earn. So I can get in the zone and stay there? No, you can get in the zone and work to stay there. Just like people work to stay in the rut. You got to work to stay low. Oh, so I got to work to stay high? What do the people say? So I've been interviewing people about this topic for a while, but this is 3 people that I interviewed that they were spitting bars. So out of the individuals that I interviewed about this topic, 3 stuck out the most. One person said, you don't have to respond to falsehood with truth. Just be the truth and let it do your talking. And I was like, I like that. I like that. The second person said, treat it like a basketball game. When you're playing an away game and you're at the free throw line and everyone is screaming out lies to make you miss, do you break down at the free throw line or do you just hit the free throw? I like that one. This 18-year-old said, when someone lies on you one time, that's when it hurts the most. So if they really wanted to jack you up, they would have stopped doing it at the one time that they hurt you. But most of them are habitual offenders and they try to hurt you over and over and over and over again. Then they're actually making it easier to get over it because they're actually helping you get used to it. Shout out to all the people with hand calluses. Your hands are like, oh my God, these pull-ups, oh my God. And then the bigger your calluses get, your hands just do the pull-ups. Oh, Jason, you telling me the people who keep hating on you and lying on you and lying on you are building up calluses and they should just chill out the first time they hurt you? Oh, is it kind of like drug addicts? They're looking for that first feeling of the first high. Yeah, that's why they keep talking about you. They're looking for that first time that they hurt you the most. I want to do that again. No, you can't do that again. It's like Jay-Z said, you want to hear my old stuff, buy my old album. I get that. So, gossipers, spreaders of lies, gossipers, they need gossip. They need gossip as their fix. Many of these gossipers are addicted to lying, too. There are so many people that can't stand harmony. I'm going to say this again. Man, it's been 2 weeks. We've been hanging out and this feels harmonious. Man, this feels good. I love hanging out with you. That's person number 1. Person number 2. Oh my God, everything is harmonious. Look at my body language. something bad is gonna happen. No, just keep doing the stuff that kept it, that made it harmonious. No, something bad can happen. No, you're making it worse by even acting like that. Harmony scares the mess out of them. Oh my God, harmony is happening. I feel weird. Oh, I'm about to argue right now. Many people can't stand harmony. And if they do, I can stand harmony. If they do, then they hate experiencing it consistently. And ask them, what is your take on consistent harmony? Let's deflect. Let's talk about a different topic. Gossipers also feel like you are taking some of the spotlight that they crave. So a lot of people that talk stuff about you, they craving your spotlight. And I'm about to bring you down because I gotta get some of your spotlight, baby. I have learned that when you try to combat the gossip about you by attempting to set the record straight, like I'm gonna clarify things only get worse. Steer clear of them. Let the laws of cause and effect work for you or against you. Steer clear of them. Let the laws of cause and effect work for you or against you. What are the ingredients? What's the definitions of ingredients? Okay, why are we talking about ingredients? But okay, what's the definition of ingredients? A component part or element of something. Peanut butter and jelly go together just like gossip, slander, jealousy, and hate go together. Those are gossip ingredients. This is going to make a lot of people mad. I'm doing it on purpose because I can go at other signs, but everybody that wanted me to do this, I'm specifically doing this for them. So we can do other signs because people going to be like, well, what about? But I'm doing this anyway. I don't care. I'm going to do this. Most manipulators use gossip to keep everyone in their circles divided and only looking to them for so-called truths. So again, most manipulators use gossip to keep everyone in their circles divided and only looking at them for so-called truths. Now, Virgo women, all I'm going to say is shout out to Beyonce and Jay-Z in the elevator. Moving on, Aries women. Aries women are manipulators, but they do it for power plays and business. They usually do it. They don't got like time to be like they use their manipulation for power play, their power plays and business. Pisces, men and women. They're addicted to pimping and management. Pisces, men and women are addicted to pimping and management. And talk to them. Every Pisces you know, be like, who be running you? Ask them like that. They be like, nobody. You're setting them up to be like, so you addicted to pimping and management? And just look at their face. Capricorn women, they love having control. I'm going to stop it there. Scorpio men are huge gossipers and they like lying. No, and I know this one Scorpio. Well, you're talking about an exception. I'm not talking about exceptions. Taurus women, they love having control. I'm going to stop that there. Many Leo women, same like Taurus, they love control. And most of these signs are addicted to the fake love that they receive when retelling stories that make them look like a victim. Now, I didn't say the signs that do that. So again, if you're getting mad that I said that, then it's all good. I'm going to make you get mad again by saying it again. Most of these signs are addicted. I didn't say all the signs. Most of these signs are addicted to the fake love that they receive when they retell the stories that make them look like a victim. What do you mean, balance? No, 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 no. No, the stories that make me look like a victim. Don't say balance. I didn't say balance. I said, look at my face right now. I said the stories that make me look like a victim. Oh, okay, I get it. Okay, I get it. That's how you be lying. Yes. Look how I'm wiping my eyes. Would I be lying if I was wiping my would I be lying if I was wiping my eyes like this? No, you wouldn't. People who wipe their eyes like that don't lie. Working in corporate America and in education, you really deal with people like this. Now in education, teachers, staff, right? Where do y'all think the students learn the pettiest behaviors from? Many of the teachers transfer that petty energy onto the students on top of the transfers of their parents or guardians. In corporate America, everyone wants to show their power at the same time. Yeah, that'll work. Those are very sick environments. But watch this. Religious institutions may be the worst locations for this type of gossip. You think I'm playing? I hope you think I'm playing. I have witnessed many insane, so let's go from parenting stories. I have witnessed many insane stepmothers that try to sabotage their stepchildren this way. They gossip about the other siblings to keep them all divided. Majority of the stepmothers who do this, I'm going to say it again. Majority of the stepmothers who do this are married to simp fathers whose sucker for love needs are higher than the love of their own children. Timmy, I am a sucker for love. And whatever your stepmommy says, I'm going to do because I am a sucker for her love. Okay? I know it wasn't fair. Timmy, it wasn't fair. But I'm weak around her, okay? Majority of the stepmothers who do this are married to simp fathers whose sucker for love needs are higher than the love of their own children. These type of step parents are very helpful because they teach you what not to become. You thought I was done talking about simp man? Because I'm really starting to understand simp man is the reason why. Because a lot of men is like, man, I'm doing the right thing. Why they keep, you know how they keep saying, well, men and men. And I'm like, who are these men that they keep? I'm figuring out what these simps. So gossipers, people who spread lies, guess who they love to give jobs to, employ? They employ simp men. Women can get any and all simp males to do anything for them. All they got to do is make up lies, and simp men will literally give their lives to feel like they're protecting somebody. Simp men are one-sided investigators whose brains are wired to only believe one-sided stories. Watch this. From people they're attracted to. So please don't get it twisted. A lot of simp dudes want to get with the women that they're doing simp behaviors for, that women even say I hate. Unfortunately, most people take action solely based off of what they hear about a person. But these same people want their sides of stories heard when they finally reap gossipers and slanderous people. I'll say that again. Unfortunately, people take action solely based upon, this is what I'm hearing about you. But watch this. But they want the same people to hear their sides of stories. And they want their sides of stories heard when they finally reap. They attract the effects from their cause when they get gossipers and slanderous people in their life, giving them the same poison they once gave to their victims. Gossip is a form of psychotic intimacy for insane people that are obsessed with their victims. I'm going to say this again. Gossip is a form of psychotic intimacy for insane people that are obsessed with their victims or targets. If you have a great life, now check this out. If you have a great life, like, oh my God, or if it's even a good life, along with the most cherished tribe members. So I'm going to say this again. You have a great life along with the most cherished people in your life and just everything is great. You wouldn't have the time or brain memory to gossip and slander other people. This line of work was made for the unhappy community. I promise you that. That is an unhappy behavior. Man, they keep talking about that is an unhappy behavior. Man, they making me look. That is an unhappy behavior. I don't understand why people don't understand that people that get gossiped about are probably angry at the actual gossiper. Come on, just take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Why are they really telling you this? Have you ever thought about that? You know, so-and-so, what if they're setting up their scene with you, with your dumb ass? With your I believe everything I hear ass. Hey, you know so-and-so, and you over here like, why are they really telling you? Why are they trying to divide you from them? Why are they trying to divide y'all? Have you ever thought about that? Maybe they're angry. Maybe the person that they're gossiping about is angry at them. True gossipers and slanderous speakers. Now check this out. Now watch this. Let me show you how a lot of y'all get set up by true gossipers. Y'all get set up like this. Here we go. They do it in the media all the time, but I don't know if you really. True gossipers and slanderous speakers often ask you questions about a person. What do you think about Joe Blow? What do you think about Joe Blow? You don't care about Joe. You would never even, I don't care about Joe Blow. But guess what? Somebody asked me a question about Joe Blow. So now my brain is thinking about a response to Joe Blow. And I'm like, okay, let me see. What do I think about Joe Blow? I'm thinking about what I think about Joe Blow. So I'm going to tell you what I'm thinking about Joe Blow. True gossipers and slanderous speakers often ask you questions about a person. Now watch this. And when you give them a response, they will go back and tell the person everything you said. Now it's all true because you said it. Yeah, I said it. It all happened though because they created the question that influenced you to give the response, making it appear that you are purposely talking about them behind their backs. I just told you with counterintelligence, they ask questions. Y'all better be careful about these questions. What you think about so-and-so and what you think? All right, it's easy to set y'all up, but y'all don't do no investigation anyway. So guess what? Hold on. I did say that to them. How do they know that? Then comes double talk and double speak tactics. Double talk and double speak tactics. True or false? The number one place of gossip and slander is the workplace or religious institutions. Y'all thought I was done with that question? Put it in the chat. The number one place of gossip and slander is in the workplace or religious institutions. God might not be in your workplace, but God is supposed to be in a religious institution, so it couldn't be the religious institution. Moving forward. Have you ever thought about the causes and effects of freedom of speech or free-flowing tongues? We're talking about lies right now, right? Have you ever thought about the causes and effects of freedom of speech or free-flowing tongues? Do you remember that one Oprah episode where everyone got a new car? You get a car. You get a car. Everyone gets a car. Y'all remember that? Well, imagine a world that gave everyone free speech. You get free speech. You get free speech. Everyone gets free speech. Okay, let's see how that pans out. Think of millions of scarred, unhealthy, and mentally ill people mixing in with so-called mentally healthy people who are all exercising their rights of freedom of speech. This is a perfect gumbo pot for many forms and levels of truths. Half-truths, lies, doublespeak, all crashing into each other on and offline. Trying to make sense of this chaos. Trying to make sense of this chaos. Look at me pointing to my head. Trying to make sense of this chaos while trying to make sense of this chaos. Trying to make sense of this chaos. So trying to make sense of this chaos and trying to make dollars and cents of this chaos is the reason why so many people are going out of their minds, which can usher in energies of low self-worth, depression, and suicide. Since weapons will constantly form against you, how to fortify your mind so that these so-called weapons that are constantly forming will never prosper. We can't spell prosperity without spelling prosper too. Weapons forming against you should never have long-term prosperity in your life unless it's your weapons. Now, if it's your weapons, we want them to prosper. When lies make you numb to people, man, people be lying on me so much. I'm numb to people. I'm numb to things. I'm numb to scenarios. You can be trapped in your emergency norm. This is an emergency, this is a crisis. You'll create a norm. You'll create an emergency norm, which is the new norm you created to help you mentally cope with challenges. So again, you can become trapped when lies make you numb to people, things, and scenarios. You can become trapped in your emergency norm, which is the new norm you created that helped you mentally cope with challenges. So the real reason cancel culture has gotten as bad as it has been is because you can intentionally lie about someone with the sole purpose of destroying their life, and then you get to walk away with zero repercussions. With zero repercussions, even if they get exposed for lying. What a time. It is also impossible to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that you both knowingly lied and did so with malicious intent, because the only person who truly knows your motivations is you. Unless by some miracle prosecution where to secure evidence of admitting guilt. So it's like they're admitting guilt or they're bragging to a friend about something and you got it on tape. There needs to be a stronger deterrent for defamation cases. Otherwise, people will continue to not think twice about pulling this stunt. And I'm telling y'all, if everybody starts doing that, just read about the Salem witch trials. It can get out of hand and it can get weird, like it's getting. So many of our so-called most cherished and most loved leaders were defamed and hated. And then after death, the same ones slandering them began to give them sainthood and begin making money off of their loving memories. I'm being sarcastic. Many people love Malcolm X and Dr. King, but check and see their approval rates right before they died. Check their approval rates and connect it to their approval rates now. So in many westernized parental custody battles, Parents are advised to make false accusations to get the so-called upper hand. No, I know this one time, my friend had admit. I'm not talking about your friend. So real stuff, we're gonna put the real stuff right here. And it's a reality. Let's call it an orange reality. Now, this apple is a reality. Okay? So if I'm talking about an apple and you start purposely talking about an orange, you doing that on purpose. Or you have problems waiting. Wait till the orange conversation. So back to the apple conversation. In many westernized parental custody battles, so the people that I'm talking about, the situations that I'm talking about, the man who ain't speaking up, who I've been going through this, and was like, yo, that's the norm. In many westernized parental custody battles, parents are advised to make false accusations to get a so-called upper hand. It's time to create new counter lawsuits on the lawyers. Hold on. Let's go at the parents. Yeah, let's go at the baby mamas. Let's go at the fathers. I didn't say that. Jason didn't say that. He said it's time to create new counter lawsuits on the lawyers and the piece of, you know what I want to say, judges who create, encourage, and influence these slanderous crimes. Yeah, I didn't say go after the parents first. The parents are just listening to you grimy folks, and you know who you are all around the world. So again, it's time to create new counter lawsuits on the lawyers and piece of you know what judges who create. So they create, they encourage, and they influence slanderous crimes. So these piece of nothing attorneys and piece of nothing judges get away with this because currently, and I do stress currently, court documents are generally protected speech, even if they're defamatory. So currently, court documents are generally protected speech, even if they're defamatory. Currently. Moving on. Seeking validation, not knowing your worth, attention seeking, and needing to be heard makes you a perfect candidate for a toxic narcissist. I teach younger folks to observe this crisis and knowledge, but not to absorb this crisis and knowledge. We will never get rid of weapons. All forms of weapons are not going anywhere. All forms of weapons are not going anywhere. So lies are not going anywhere. Free speech can manufacture strong lies. Free speech can manufacture strong lies. Number two, living in a so-called living in a so-called free country with free speech can manufacture stronger lies. But free speech in a so-called free country with God's free will can manufacture the strongest lies. That's why it's so easy to lie. Dang. Liars have an energy NRA that protects their rights to be worthless. Yeah, liars are worthless. So liars have an energy NRA that protects their rights to be worthless people. Just like the American gun owners have the NRA to protect their gun rights. The definition of NRA, the National Rifle Association of America, NRA. It's a gun rights advocacy group based in the United States. The NRA is a very powerful group. They're very powerful. But the Energy NRA is a cosmic liars' rights academy group based in low vibrational levels. So the Energy NRA is a cosmic liars' rights association or advocacy group Where are they based out of? They're based out of or in low vibrational levels. That's where their home base is at. If you accuse a human of lying, their lie would have had to come from their mind and their heart. Would you agree? Whoever's lying on you, it had to come from their mind and heart, right? So if you're accusing a society of being a place of liars, you must understand that the lies will come from, be managed by, and updated by the top hearts and minds of the most powerful groups and individuals in that same society you're currently accusing of being a place of liars. So lies are never going anywhere. Since we are bound by the laws of duality, this makes it a guarantee that there are going to be people born to support you. But the law of duality says up, down, boy, girl, dry, wet, skinny, fat, good, evil, God, devil, nothing, something. Every problem has a solution. So according to duality, there are people that will be born to never support you. There are people who will say positive facts about you. And there are people born to crave telling lies on you. They're not just going to tell lies on you. They crave it. Even if there's no facts against you, I got to get you. I got to lie on you. There's no facts. Why you keep... I got to get them. This is a phenomenon that has to be lived with. You're not going to escape it. So, if we must live through this, we should progress through it while living. I'll say it again. If we must live through this duality, we should progress through it while living. What does it say in the Bible and Quran about liars? Because some people are like, man, I ain't listening to none of this because you ain't giving me no biblical reference, or you're not giving me no Quran references. I'm not listening to it. Okay, so what does the Bible and Quran say about liars? John 8:44. You belong to your father, the devil, and you want to carry out your father's desires. He was a murderer from the beginning, not holding the truth. There is no truth in him to tell. I put to tell. When he lies, he speaks his native language. So lying is a native language. For he is the liar and father of lies. So that's John 8:44. Colossians 3, verse 9 through 10. Do not lie to each other, since you have taken off your old self with its practices and have put on a new self, which is being renewed in knowledge. In knowledge, my people perish for the lack of knowledge, which is being renewed in knowledge in the image of its creator. It's Colossians 3, 9 through 10. Matthew 5, verse 11. Blessed are you when people insult you. Now, this is a good one. Everybody tries to use this for lying. This is funny. Blessed are you when people insult you, persecute you, and falsely say all kinds of evil against you because of me. Well, Jason, they do be persecuting me and falsely say. I see the underline. I said because of me. So let me say the whole scripture, but listen to because of me at the very end. Blessed are you when people insult you. They insult me, persecute you. They do that. And falsely say all kinds of evil against you because of me. So people get into fights at strip clubs and try to use this verse and be like, oh, my haters is because of me. You're doing God's work. So people are hating on you and doing all that because of God's work, not because you got a promotion at your job and everybody hating on you. And blessed are you when people insult you and persecute you and falsely say all kinds of evil against you. You can't use it there. So some people, sticks and stones will break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Let's look at Proverbs 15, verse 4. The soothing tongue is a tree of life, but a perverse tongue crushes the spirit. I don't know if you ever had a crushed spirit. That don't feel good. Shout out to the tongue that can do that. Now, the Quran chapter 16, verse 92. We are not to lie, even if this might win us an advantage. Number 2, Quran chapter 4, verse 107. We are not only to avoid lying ourselves, we are also to avoid supporting liars in their sin. I was like, yeah, that's good too. Okay. Number 3, Quran 2, chapter 2, verse 9. When we lie, we lie first and foremost to ourselves, which puts us on a slippery slope to hellfire. So that's good. Quran chapter 9, verse 77. Lying is a disease of the heart that only gets worse if left uncorrected. Number 5, Quran 6, verse 93. Lying, especially about Allah, is a symptom of injustice and results in extreme humiliation. So, a lot of people lie about God. It says is a symptom of injustice and results in extreme humiliation. Number 6, Quran chapter 40, verse 28. How do we tell liars from truth tellers? Well, Allah doesn't guide liars. I was like, I get with that. I get the concept. I get the context. It was a question. How do we tell liars from truth tellers? The response was Allah doesn't guide liars. And I was like, okay, that makes sense. 3 more. Quran chapter 8, verse 62. We don't need to worry about guarding ourselves against deception. Allah is ever ready to protect us. So I get that context. Number 8, Quran chapter 29, verse 3. No one ever gets away with lying. In the end, it will be clear who was truthful and who was not. Quran chapter 5, verse 119. The truth has wondrous rewards. And then at the end of this page, it said, so embrace truth. It is your God-given friend. I will close it here. Thank you for joining me for another Sunday Bars presentation. Looking forward to building with you next time. Let's work. Peace and love.